Okay, 2008 B, number 3. As promised, let's go over this one, see if we can answer some of the questions you guys had. I've zoomed in, way in on the chart. I think it's more important that we see the chart than anything else. You can have the questions in front of you, but I'm going to write some numbers on the chart, so I want to make sure it's big enough there. First thing we're going to do, read the question, make sure we know the givens. GW Company produces and sells hats in a perfectly competitive market at a price of $2 per hat. I'm going to write that right here. Since I've zoomed in and I can't see it, the price of the good is $2. Assume labor is the only variable input and the wage rate is $15 per unit. So I'm going to write that up here also, that the wage equals $15. The table below shows GW's short-run production function for hats. The first thing that I notice when I look at this is, holy cow, I've never seen a chart like this because it's horizontal instead of vertical. We don't panic, we work the problem, we follow our procedures. Nothing is different. Number of workers, this is labor. Output of hats per day, this is quantity. Okay. I know somewhere in this problem I'm going to no doubt need marginal product and marginal revenue product. So I'm going to go ahead, this is total product right here, right? So let's go ahead and do marginal product right here. First worker gives me 10 hats for a marginal product of 10. The second worker contributes 16 hats, 26 hats total, 16 new hats, 26 minus 10 is 16. The third worker contributes, after 3 workers I make a total of 36 hats, 26 after 2, which means the third worker's marginal product is 10. The fourth worker's marginal product is 8. The fifth worker's marginal product is 5. And the sixth worker's marginal product is 3. Okay, so we have the marginal product. Now what do I want to do is I want to come through and get marginal revenue product. Well, remember, marginal revenue product is the price of the good times how many new products that worker contributes. What is the marginal revenue product from that worker? The first worker contributes 10 hats at a price of $2. And again, remember, this is a dollar value. So the MRP for that worker is $20. The second worker contributes 16 new hats at a price of $2 per hat. So that's $32. The third worker contributes 10 new hats at a price of $2 each. They contribute $20. 8 new hats at $2 each is 16. 5 new hats at $2 each is 10. And finally, 3 new hats at $2 each is 6. And now we have my marginal revenue product. I know I'm going to need this information. All right, so let's just get it on the chart and then we'll start. And then we can begin from there. A says, after which worker do diminishing marginal returns begin? The word after, which I've zoomed in and you can't read, but the word after is important. It doesn't say diminishing marginal returns begins with the hiring of which worker. It says after which worker. It begins 10 to 16. That is increasing marginal returns, right? 10 to 16 is increasing marginal returns. So that is not it. But when you go from 16 to 10, when I go from 16 to 10, what I now see is that is diminishing marginal returns. So it's after I hire the second worker. If it said with the hiring of which worker, the answer would be 3, after the hiring of the second worker. Question B, calculate the marginal physical product of the fifth worker. I've already done it right on my chart. I just look at the chart, and the answer is 5. Again, that's why I just like completing this chart. Come back, get to it. You have plenty of time to do that. C, calculate the marginal revenue product of the third worker. Again, I've calculated it all in my chart already. $20. 10 times 2, $20. How many workers will GW hire to maximize profit? I hire as long as marginal revenue product is greater than or equal to marginal factor cost. The marginal factor cost in this example, because we're hiring everyone for the same wage rate, is the wage rate, which is $15. I hire you if you bring in more revenue than you cost me. 20 is greater than 15. Yes, I hire that worker. 32 greater than 15, hire that worker. 20 greater than 15, hire that worker. 16 greater than 15, hire that worker. 10 not greater than 15, do not hire that worker. So the last worker I hired is the fourth worker. Okay? E gets a little more complicated. I'll do the work here. GW has a fixed cost equal to $20, and what will the company's short run economic profit? Here's the key to remembering how we do this. The formula for profit is total revenue minus total cost. Okay. Well, we said at 2 workers, how much revenue do 2 workers bring in? 2 workers in total make 26 hats, which I get to sell for $2 each. Price times quantity. Price is $2, quantity is 26. Okay, so that's my total revenue. My total cost, remember from way back when, oops, can you see that? Sorry, there. Total revenue is 2 times 26. What is total cost? Total cost is variable cost plus fixed cost. Okay. Well, it says in the problem the only variable cost is labor. So if labor is my only variable cost, my variable cost is 2 workers times $15. Where does that come from? It asks about the question says when they hire 2 workers. So I know I hired 2 workers for $15, so that's my variable cost. Plus, it gives me in E, they have fixed cost equal to $20. Fixed cost equal $20. So that, I'll get this out of the way. So that's my fixed cost. And now I have my 2 parts of the equation. I have total revenue right here. I have total cost right here. Total revenue, 2 times 26 equals $52. Total cost, 30 plus 20. Sorry, that's the subtraction sign. 52 minus 50 equals $2. My profit, total cost is 30 plus 20 equals 50. So here's my total revenue. Here's my total cost. And so my total profit at 2 workers equals $2. All right, a little bit complicated, a little bit different, but I think if we use our knowledge and if we don't panic and we work the problem, we'll be okay. F says if the price of house increases, what will happen to the number of workers hired in the short run? Okay, it goes back to what we've done a few times now with the graph of the firm. Okay, with the graph of the firm, and what do I mean by that is, remember what we look like? Wage taker, supply of labor equals the wage. MRP, this is the marginal factor cost also. That's the marginal factor cost also. So if this was the original quantity of labor that I was hiring, and now it says the price of hats increases, okay? Remember, MRP equals MPP times P. The price of hat increases, that's going to shift up this whole curve. And therefore, this is my new MRP. And you can see here, now I hire more workers. Okay? Very similar to questions we've seen before. If the price of hat increases, what will happen to the number of workers hired in the short run? I'll hire more workers in the short run, because when the price increases, the marginal revenue product of the firm increases. All right, let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and hopefully we got better today. Talk to you guys later.